Sweet.
Fluent Football Podcast. Me and Brucey here gonna hit a little bit of everything, a little bit of news, a little bit of rookie drafts. Talk about the long wait now before season starts. So we're gonna make it through it together. Bruce, what do you
Yeah.
want to talk about first, man?
I don't know. I mean, we can kind of piggyback off what we kind of left off with last episode, where we were talking about kind of just overall output and what each team got from the draft, and you know what we think each team did, and so on and so forth. Obviously, we didn't hit on all of them, but we hit on some, and you know, I think we maybe hit on them a little bit, but I mean, the interesting thing too, though, that we talked about with the Raiders going to get Mendoza. I mean, who the hell is he going to pass to?
Yeah.
You know,
There
I
is
mean, it's interesting to kind of just see. I don't know, maybe 3 or 4 episodes ago, you and I had talked about that, and just what kind of his progression would be once he got drafted, kind of how he would get thrown, if he would get thrown into it, if they would kind of use Kirk to ease him in, and just kind of that whole thing. And, you know, to your point, you were kind of saying it's you've seen what you're going to get with Kirk, what you're going to get. It's not anything crazy, but you know, you don't really want to put a rookie in a position where all of a sudden he's taking over a team that's winless, in the middle of the season. But it's just it raised some questions to me as to, you know, how do they really expect him to be successful, especially this first year? I mean, what are their expectations? You know, I mean, is it just?
I think their expectations are gonna have a high draft pick and go get him as number one wide receiver next year. That's what I think their expectations are.
But is like what like? There's a lot of teams though that are going to be bad. I mean, like, I feel like there's a lot of teams that are going to be jockeying for those positions next year. Those top 5 positions. I mean, top 3 are probably going to go quarterback. So it's like,
Yeah, I mean, I think at least the top two.
I mean, it's
Just
just,
depend. Like, I mean, I think the Dolphins could be one of those guys that are in the top 3 that I think they if we're gonna know this year, but they could have been bad. They could be bad for a multitude of reasons. So, I mean, we could end up staying with Malik Willis if we think he's the guy and just supporting him. I mean, you're talking about the top 3. That's where Jeremiah Smith is probably going to go. So,
yeah. I mean, he'll be sprinkled in there,
especially
but I mean, there's gonna be 1 or 2 quarterbacks that are gonna go too up there.
if I had to make a bet right now, I think there's going to be somebody, and it could be the Raiders, that are going to be trading up to like the top 3, top 4 next year for Jeremiah Smith. Because I mean, like you're saying, you're probably right. The top 3 or 4 might all need QB. They're going to trade back out because I mean, there's going to be so many QBs come out next year that I think it's going to be the Jeremiah Smith draft. I think that's what I mean. That's what is there all the talk's going to be about is who's going to land those sweepstakes because like you said, the 1, the 2, the 3, like they're probably going to be QB. They can't afford to move out. Their team sucks. They're missing just that. I mean, who does go up and get Jeremiah Smith? Because it's not going to be a case where he falls to anybody.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I mean, it's just like, I don't know. I just found it odd the way the drafts went on. They didn't try and pick up, any sort of receiver help for him going into the season. I mean,
I think
you had 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. You had 10 draft picks. You picked 1 receiver in the 6th round.
yeah. I'm looking at their wide receiver core right now, and I'm going to try to answer your question without getting sidetracked. They got Jalen Nailor in free agency. I mean, Jalen Nailor is kind of pop sometimes. He's not. Uh, Jalen Nailor's not a wide receiver one. He may not be a wide receiver two, but I would equate some of these wide receivers that went past, Mekhi Lemon to like a Jalen Nailor or even like a Dante Thornton. They were so ecstatic about Thornton last year, but he didn't have the QB help to ever know what he was really about. And then you also got Jack Best. You got in what, the second round last year? I
Yeah,
mean, I don't think we know what this wide receiver room looks like, and I think they know that because they have not had anybody worth a shit throw them the ball since Derek Carr. Um, and I think that this is one of those drafts where there was so many other problems, there's so many holes that they were trying to fill in the Raiders organization, and it is like you got a offensive coordinator coming off a Super Bowl that's now their head coach that they're kind of handing the keys to. It seems like. I mean, the that's kind of the aura it's given, or at least the vibe. I kind of want to see who they have in this room. I I think if they would have still had that draft pick from the Ravens, um, in the Crosby deal, I think we could have seen a wide receiver go there, like a Mekhi Lemon or something.
yeah,
Um,
yeah.
because that would have been good value for where he was at, but they didn't, and that deal didn't happen, and they weren't able to make that pick. I think they stuck to their guns and they took where everybody else that they know they needed, because let's look at their draft picks real quick, because I remember looking at it and thinking like they had a great draft,
I mean, it's not that they didn't have a good draft. I mean, they took 3 corners.
which they desperately needed.
No, I understand. It took 3 quarters, a quarterback, a lineman, and a safety, and a receiver.
They took that edge out of Auburn, who they like, who a lot of people like. He was supposed to be a second round pick. Um, the center out of Texas A&M, I think, wasn't he kind of a reach when we talked about it? But they got Jermod McCoy in the 4th round. They got Mike Washington Jr., which I think that you know Genty needs somebody back there with him. Um, the Malik Benson from Oregon, that wide receiver 6th round, like I don't hate him either. I mean, he was kind of like the rest of these wide receivers in like the 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th round. He's a dart throws more than usual, but I don't hate that pick. I mean,
I
I
mean,
just
but
think that,
why not use the pick that you used Mike Washington Jr. to go get Omar Cooper, who played with the quarterback that you just
because
drafted?
Omar Cooper went in the 1st round.
No, he didn't.
Because Omar Cooper went in the 1st round.
No,
You're
he
talking about
didn't.
Surratt.
No, Omar Cooper didn't go in the first
Omar Cooper
round.
Jr. went in the 1st round.
He
I'm
did?
almost positive. Omar Cooper went in the 1st round. Yeah, to the Jets.
The
The
first?
Jets traded back in for him, if I'm not the first. He went number 30 overall, 1st round.
Yeah, okay. So they did trade back in. Then it wasn't him. Then who am I thinking of? Surratt?
You're thinking of Surratt. Yeah, you're thinking of Surratt. Surratt was probably there at some point. I forget if he went 3rd or 4th round. He went to the Ravens. Let me see where they took him.
There was one because there was
Went
one of them
15th,
115. Yeah,
4th
so
round. He was 15th pick. Yeah,
7 picks ahead of him.
415. Yeah, they took Jamal McCoy instead of Surratt is what they did, and I don't hate that at all. That's a high upside pick for the Raiders, and like I said, I think that, but I don't know if I've made this point yet. I think they know the wide receivers next year are gonna greatly outweigh these, like at least the ones after the 1st round guys. You know what I'm saying? Like I really do think that they're playing their cards right, and they're going to play these drafts right, and they know that they're not going to turn Las Vegas around in 1 year. I mean, maybe that defense can get better, but I don't think you could have gotten the offense clicking with a rookie QB and fixed the holes in their defense on our new coaching staff in 1 year. I just don't think it's possible. Not in that division.
I'm not saying they'd
Um,
fix everything. I just thought it was strange the the fact that they go get that one piece first overall to quarterback. They don't really get him much help in the draft. That's all. That's
like I
all.
said, I think it's how it fell.
It's just I don't know. I just think it's interesting.
Like, I think, like I said, you gotta remember they do have Jack Besh, who we don't know what he looks like. They've got Dante
Yeah,
Thornton, who
yeah, but these
yeah, I'm saying
guys
they got
aren't.
these guys that are kind of a mystery,
They're
but you still
just,
have
but they're not number ones.
but you don't need a number one with Brock Bowers.
I mean,
Yeah, I mean, you
it
got
would
Genty, you
help
got
though.
Brock Bowers.
It would help.
I
You know, it. I don't know. I just feel like that there's value that, like, yeah, obviously you have that pass catching tight end in Bowers. Um, but it would just make things easier for everybody if you had a better threat on the outside. Like, it's just,
100%.
I mean, to me, it just makes more sense. Like, take some of the load off Bowers, take some of the load off Genty. These young players that, you know, I mean, hell, Bowers already showed he's gonna get banged up. You know,
Yeah,
he's not the type of guy that I don't think can catch 15 balls a game and have that type of durability where he can play through an entire season. Just not gonna happen in the NFL.
I think it's I think it's early to say that. I don't think he should be catching 15 balls. I think he should be catching more like 8 to 9 a game.
No, I agree,
Um,
but that's not the
I
way
think you
that
gotta get
it's gone. And if we're not
No, I
gonna
know,
get
but
him,
you're talking about a Bryce, you're talking about a completely new head coach and new regime now. I mean, I'm not gonna disagree that they should have more help at wide receiver, and maybe that help is coming. Maybe they go. I mean, you got Debo Samuel that's still on the market. You got a lot of guys that are wrapping up their vacations. I mean, you got Stephon Diggs who just got cleared. I mean, you got a lot of
yeah,
dudes who they can bring in, and I think they knew that too.
yeah,
Um, I I I would not be surprised if where they took Mike Washington Jr. At 22 and or 22 20 22nd pick in the fourth round. I wouldn't be
yeah,
surprised if that was going to be Surratt or somebody similar,
yeah, yeah,
and it
yeah.
just didn't shake out that way.
Yeah, probably.
But I'm not. But I can't. I just like I said, I think they have spent a good amount of draft capital in the past couple of years that they still got to even figure out what the heck, who the hell they even have. And like I said, Jalen Naylor, I don't mind as a number one just to bring over, a rookie QB in or just to kind of, let the tree shake out and see what they need for next year. But
Yeah,
I do believe like a couple teams that should have gone wide receiver that maybe aren't exactly win now that should have gone wide receiver. Dolphins, one of them that could have picked a wide receiver higher in the draft than they did.
yeah.
And but
But
what'd you think about what'd you think about the Chargers draft picks?
the Chargers, huh?
Yeah, because I've been hearing a lot of this kid, Brennan Thompson. I actually watched him play at Mississippi State.
Uh-huh.
Um, Smaller, kind of more like electric, kind of like a Tyreek Hill, Deshaun Jackson. That's what they um, have been talking him up as. Him going into a
Yeah.
system with Mike McDaniel, who just had Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle, is kind of interesting because you think this kid's buried on the depth chart, but this kid actually fits the scheme that McDaniel likes to put in. So we could be seeing this kid as a wide receiver soaking up some targets.
Yeah, no, for sure. I know who he is for sure. I just, don't I didn't really watch much of him or much of his tape. I saw, a couple snippets here and there. I do know that
Mhm.
he's powerful, he's quick, kind of like that, like a little water bug kind of type thing. He'll scat back,
Yeah, yeah,
so
he's kind of fitting that new mold.
yeah, yeah. Um, I mean, it'll be interesting to see how the Chargers personnel kind of deals with the McDaniel run game. I think Hampton that fits Hampton well. Um, but the rest of the team, it'll be interesting. The receivers, like Quentin Johnston.
Yeah, I was literally
You
about to say his
know,
name.
like it's just interesting to see what's gonna go on with him. Um, I don't see him as a really good blocker, and if you can't block in McDaniel's system as a receiver, I mean, it's basically Shanahan's system. You know, if you don't block as a receiver,
Mhm.
you're not gonna get the ball thrown to you. You know, so it's you
Yeah,
know
why does he have such a problem blocking?
some
'Cause he's
people are
he's a
just
bigger dude, right? He's like
no,
6'2",
he's
six
he's
three.
he's big, but some people just aren't taught that. Some people just don't. Receivers, I mean, there's receivers who don't like to get hit, you know, and if it's asking a lot of them sometimes to, you could get hurt throwing a block, and they don't want to get hurt doing it. This, that, the other. It's a lot of stuff, but that's why people hold receivers in so high regard that are good blockers. Because not everybody
Yeah,
can do that. And, that's a skill that kind of is needed at the next level if you want to be successful. Um, but yeah, no, it's just interesting to see how everything else, the roster they have now without any additions or subtractions, how that fits Mike McDaniel's scheme. Um, it'll be it'll be it'll be a test, like we just talking about Quentin Johnson. But I mean, what are they gonna do with? Are they gonna try and run two tight ends? Because he runs a lot of double tight end.
I think they could with who they got 'cause
They've got
they got
Gadsden,
Gadsden,
but who else do they have? They don't have
who's
another
more of a
one.
pass catcher.
They don't have
I
another
think
tight
they
end, do they?
do.
They had Will Disley,
I
but I
think
don't
they
have him
do.
anymore.
Give me 2 seconds, and I'm gonna find their
Who
lineup.
signed Chig Okonkwo?
Um, shit, I can't remember. I know off the top of my head. No, they got who they went and got is, the Chargers. They went and got Charlie Kolar from the Ravens,
Oh, Color, yeah, yeah, yeah. But
which
even
which
still,
is which is interesting.
is he
More of a
kind of
blocker.
is he?
More of a blocker,
Is he?
from what I remember. Maybe not coming out from college.
Yeah,
I don't remember him in
coming out of
college, but
Iowa
I know that's
State,
how the Ravens.
coming out of Iowa State, he wasn't.
I know he was not very I know he was buried in that Ravens depth chart, so maybe that's more of what I'm thinking, but I wanna say I remember him being more of like a blocker, or they're at least using him more as a blocker.
I know he's a
'Cause I think
big.
they
I
even
know he's a.
go ahead.
I know he's a big dude. I know
Yeah.
he's bigger.
He, I remember a couple times that they had him lined up back with, uh, Picard, their fullback.
Yeah, Ricard.
Ricard or P yeah.
Yeah,
They,
Patrick
they
Ricard.
had him as, like, the lead. They yeah, they were basically using Kolar as, like, the sub fullback for Ricard when he was taking, like, fullback
Yeah,
slams and shit, you know?
yeah, yeah. No, I saw that.
Yeah, I don't know if he is now or if he was coming out of college, but he is now regarded as a premier blocking tight end.
Hmm.
Very good key run blocker for the Ravens during his time there.
Okay. So then, yeah. I
But, I
mean
mean,
that.
he fucking 6'6", 260, bro. I mean, that's a big boy.
Yeah, he's no. I knew he was big, but yeah, no. I mean, so there's your two tight end set. So they've answered that
Yeah.
question there. And then what you got? Quentin
I think there
Johnson.
was even a new tight end there.
Oh, what?
There's a, there's there's a new tight end I think that they went and got too. I'm trying to Savobata signed with him. I don't know where he's out of.
I haven't heard of
And
him.
I think there's somebody hold on. This is terrible for the stream. Uh, Jack Endries, the Texas tight end. That's who they went and got. No,
um,
I am incorrect. That was not the Chargers. That was Chicago. No, they got Sam Roush. I don't know. So they're not they're not planning too much. they're not putting too much capital towards our tight ends, but I don't know if that answers your question, which
No, I mean, and then what about other receivers other than Quentin Johnston?
I mean you got McConkey, you got fuck, you keep asking me shit. I gotta look up, motherfucker.
Well, you're the one that asked
Trey
me
Harris.
about the Chargers.
Yeah, and you keep fucking adding to it. You're making me fuck up.
Gotta
You got
gotta do what I
Ladd
gotta do over
McConkey.
here.
Yeah, shut the fuck up. You got Ladd McConkey, you got Trey Harris, you got Quentin Johnson, you got that new kid Brennan Thompson, and actually one I'm kind of interested too is that Condre Lambert Smith. He was like big in the preseason last year, earned himself a roster spot. He's
Yeah,
one of
no,
their wides too. So they got plenty of
yeah, I
pass
mean,
catchers.
yeah, it's. I mean, I think Ladd should do well. Oh shit,
Special
Ward.
guest coming in hot.
Coming in hot.
There
We're
he
just in the
is.
middle of talking about. We're just in the middle of talking about fucking the Chargers and how they only have 2 real tight ends. Everybody else is a fucking mystery on the roster.
Well, yeah, the whole team's yeah. I mean, I don't know really what to say about that team. You got a quarterback, but can you do anything to help him out? I mean, you've drafted all these guys, but there's no significance. I don't think we've seen or sense of urgency. Seems like they
Ed's a
want to
little
win.
fuzzy.
Am I fuzzy? Can you see me? I can see myself.
This is turning into a clusterfuck, boys. You guys are fucking pissing me off.
Can you not see me?
No, you're delayed as fuck. I'm about to kick you off this
Oh,
shit.
really? All right, let me get inside then. I was sitting outside. That's probably why.
Oh my god.
I don't even know if this is any better. I figured I'd guest appearance, boys. I had a little bit of extra time. I got off a little, left the course a little early. Looks like it's about to rain again. So let's see. Is that any
Hey,
better?
there you go. Now you're all better.
Yeah. All right. Now I'm by the Wi-Fi. That's why.
Dude, you look like, and I know, like I said, it down or it records locally, so it might look fuzzy to us, but when we fucking do
Yeah.
the pod, it actually will come out.
That's fine.
But
Yeah.
you look like a fucking like one of those things, like if you're looking through a microscope,
Oh,
you
yeah.
just see like a little fuzzy thing running around. You look like that, like an amoeba.
Fine. That's fine.
Ow.
Yeah. All right. Is it working now? Are we okay now?
We need
Yeah.
oh, no, you're working fine. You're working perfect now. What we need is a big old clock marker thing, like almost like you can just click it and like change his numbers for how many times Bryce's fucking phone falls down during a stream.
Oh, fun.
That's
So
only the
just like
second
we're
time.
at 2 now.
I kicked the desk. That shit hurt.
Stop kicking things, Brucey. Keep your feet on hold for like an hour.
I was trying.
So let's get away from the draft because we spent easily 2 hours just this episode and last episode talking draft. I wanted to talk about these rookie drafts that everybody's having right
Yes.
now.
I'm picking next, actually, so I might need your guys' help here in a few minutes if it comes to me.
Perfect. Where like everybody kind of understands what's going on in the first round. The second round's a bunch of fucking dart throws. Third round, we're going to talk about plenty. The fourth round, fifth round, and your fucking waiver wire ads. That's what I want to talk about today. We're going to start from the back and come in.
Okay.
Right where I like to start, the back.
I mean, how far back are we going, buddy? I mean, there's guys out there I've never even heard of. I mean, we're not going
right in the rear.
We'll start there then. Well, actually, there. All right, so I'll give you one right now that I don't know what we're gonna see come out of him. Eric McAllister.
Tell us about
TCU guy. Which Cody, me and you were completely out on TCU wide receivers. We've made this assumption for the last few years. Apparently this kid was supposed to be like a second round pick. I haven't done and he broke his foot in the combine.
Yes, I was about to say this is the kid who broke his foot.
Yeah, so like I'm kind of interested to see kind of if he heals up okay, I mean, usually those foot injuries take like longer than a year to heal. Even if they're healed, like you're usually not the same for a bit, like those Liz Frank injuries, which I'm pretty sure that's what he has. Um,
Jones
yeah,
fracture.
so I'm kind of interested to see like if somebody
Yeah.
does like kind of throw a dart at him and see it. Like, I mean, kind of like we said though, we're kind of out on TCU wide receivers because they've kind of burned us enough, you know. So, but this could be the one because you got to think, Cody. We've said they've burned us, but they've burned us in the first and second round. You know what I mean?
So this is what we need to start doing with TCU wide
They
receivers.
just need to go undrafted and then dart throw them from there. Because then we're like, okay, well maybe that could be kind of a steal. You know what I mean? Instead of it being like you're wasting a first or second round pick on the guy in a rookie draft. But I don't know, Bryce,
Yeah.
you probably know more about this kid than I do. I was just kind of interested in like the profile and what I've been kind of reading about him.
Honestly, I'm not too aware of him.
Big dude.
I
Yeah, he's a big boy.
did watch a little bit of his tape, but didn't get too far into it. Trying to pull up some stuff now.
Yeah, I guess he was pretty solid for TCU. I like I said, I think the only reason he didn't get drafted
I
is
mean,
because of the foot injury.
TCU in general, they like to throw the ball last year with Hoover, Josh Hoover. You know, they had a good offense. They had a powerful offense under Lincoln Riley's little brother.
Yeah.
So you know, he it'll be interesting to see how he comes through and kind of molds to an NFL style offense and just kind of getting those reads rather than being in kind of that wide open um spread style that TCU likes to play.
Mhm.
But I mean, obviously I think he was up there for a reason. You know, talked about maybe getting drafted in the second round until he got hurt. Um, but I'll see what I can figure out on him. I can't really find anything right now, but
Yeah. I haven't really seen much on him either. So that's kind of why I was asking the college expert.
yeah, no, I don't.
Tell you who I'm a little interested in. Trying to change it up here. Jam Miller, the Alabama running back,
Jam?
going undrafted. Most
Yeah.
Jam, went from
Yep.
Alabama.
Went to New England.
Yeah, I know who you're talking about.
Didn't have didn't have the stats. I think he also played defense a little bit. I mean, this is definitely a special teams edition, right?
I
But
think so.
maybe has the upside to be the new Ramondre to Trevion Henderson being the one.
I don't know, dude. I think that's one of those teams where like I think he's got some potential to be like a first or second down, maybe like a third down back. You know, get the hard yardage. But
He did catch a couple balls out of
yeah,
college.
I just if for me it's like you got Henderson there. We've kind of assumed that Stevenson was going to take a back seat, and that has not happened. And they re-signed him. So I think just the New England backfield period. It's been like that forever. Like as much as we want to say it hasn't, like it always has. The Rex
Yeah.
Burkheads and the guys like that. You never know. Sony Michelle. You know, like you never know really what they're gonna do. It's hard to bet on those guys in fantasy. I mean, you know, we saw what Stevenson or not Stevenson, what Henderson did when Stevenson went down last year. But the minute that Stevenson came back, I mean, there goes the backseat to Henderson again. So, and I think we can all agree, at least in my opinion, that Henderson's a way more talented running back than Ramondre Stevenson is. But they don't care.
Yeah,
They don't care there, you know. So
100%.
I think kind of like you're saying, Cody, in my opinion, I think Jam Miller, like, yeah, he might get some plays here and there, like maybe some injury help, but I think it's more of a special teams move, kind of like you said. Um,
I'm taking him as like just a free waiver wire ad. Just to take a dart throw on somebody just because I think with Henderson, or not Henderson, with the
Stevenson?
fumbles out of all the other backs in that roster. Stevenson and the other, like, who's the other guy that had
But
a ton of fucking fumbles?
he's got a fumbling issue too.
They
Jam.
all do. They all
Henderson.
do. Yeah, everybody on the
We're
Jam
talking about
Lakers.
Miller
Henderson.
does too.
Yeah, they all do. They all have a fumbling problem. Like, there's
Yeah.
no, like, losing
Yeah.
snaps because they all have the same problem. It's
Well, he's saying Jam Miller, which I did not know has a fumbling issue also. Jam Miller, then he fits right in. I'm even more confident he's going to be a fucking. He's going to be the new. Yeah, he's going to be in the rotation. What are we talking about? Mystery solved.
so funny. That's
Yeah,
so
exactly.
funny.
No, he had some fumbling issues at Alabama.
Yeah.
He also had just some issues staying on the field. Um, I believe it was a hamstring and like some soft tissue stuff. I don't think it was anything super crazy, but he always seemed to have some sort of nagging injury that was bothering him. Um, he was one of those guys that right when he came on at Alabama and he started playing, everybody thought he was going to be the new Mark Ingram, and like the way that he ran. And I think the first game he had ran somebody over in the hole, had a crazy game, and everybody was hooting and hollering about it. Um, and he just never really lived up
Man.
to the expectation that everybody had after the first time they saw him on the field. Um,
Yeah.
so it's. I
Go
think
ahead.
he's definitely got the talent and kind of like the vision, the ability, the cutting ability. Um, I think he's plenty big enough at 5'10", 220. Um, I guess the question would be, is he's just not really kind of that modern style back that a lot of teams are looking for. He's not one of those
No,
guys
he's
that
a
you can really split out in the backfield. He's not a 3-down back. He may be a guy that you can bring in in a pass pro situation, depending on how well he is in pass pro. Um, and maybe that's the way he gets on the team. But I do agree with you. I think it's a very um special teams led pick there for sure.
um. Yeah, I mean, if he has a fumbling problem, fuck that guy. I mean, that's I, I did not know he had a fumbling problem, and that's just gonna piss me off. Is watching another guy just fucking grease the ball away from the Patriots when I want Henderson to have it because I have a Henderson stock.
New England's luck, man.
But
That's just life.
yeah,
Sonny Michel had a fumbling
it's
problem
just
too.
yeah, he did,
Yeah.
didn't he?
It's just
Yeah.
a normal thing.
I want to talk. I want to talk about a guy who is going undrafted in almost every league that I've seen draft so far.
See if he's on my list.
The tight end.
Okay.
I've seen him go undrafted in tight end premium leagues, which is just blowing my mind. Like nobody's caught up on this kid, Justin Jolly, who is going to be the second in command, most likely behind Evan Ingram.
He's been getting drafted in all the one league he didn't, but he's been getting drafted in all my other ones. He's going like third or fourth round. Just because I think everybody kind of caught on to what Sean Payton used to do.
That's like some savvy leagues. I'm in some not so savvy leagues, like some I'd say like a home league. Like these are like people care, but they don't know as much. I've seen him go undrafted and tight end premium, which blows my mind. Because the kid got decent draft capital, round 5. And there's nobody like Sean Payton wants a tight end in his offense,
Yeah.
And I mean, he's got Evan Ingram right now, so this year he's probably toast. But I mean, Evan Ingram's one injury away every game from, sit the rest of the season out. I mean,
but I think
how many times
he's had that problem since the
up.
Giants, dude. Since he got drafted, he's been like,
since he was a rookie.
Yeah, I mean, but you also see Evan Ingram kind of hit like you'll see him have 2-3 really good games, and then all of a sudden he'll hit a wall.
Yeah.
And then he'll be, he'll ride super high. Like he never like gradually just gets better throughout the season. He like peaks and then all of a sudden he just downfalls. And it's interesting because it's almost like, is he giving up so much on tape that everybody knows what he's doing and they're just picking it up and being able to take away the routes?
I don't know if they just start game planning for him because that's what they go for. Like, they just know, like, oh, it's like Evan Engram out in the flat, or Evan Engram running a seam route, or you know what I mean? It's like
Yeah.
they
No,
seem to do that every
it's
time
very
where
vanilla.
yeah. Yeah, it's the same thing every time. They start game planning it, and then it opens up, like, whoever else they like. Then Sean Payton will run the ball 40 times a game, with, like, Dobbins,
Yeah.
so which
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know if it's an Evan Engram problem. The injury history, yeah, but I don't know if the some of those, like, peaks and valleys that are that big are that much him more than just maybe the game plan. But I
No,
mean, he has
I
been
yeah,
he's been notorious for doing that even with the Giants though too. So I mean, I think it's a little bit of both.
yeah, I don't disagree. It's just odd. You would
Yeah.
think that somebody with that, like, that was drafted that high, that has that much really just, like, athleticism and speed and size, and that he would just kinda be able to gradually just keep going up in a season and progress and progress and progress. Um,
Mhm.
Speaking of tight ends, um, the guy right underneath of him in, the rankings, Eli Reardon.
Yeah.
Eli
New England
Reardon,
guy?
yeah, New England guy, he's out of Notre Dame. That
I
kid
have
is
no idea how
a
to pronounce his last name.
yeah, Reardon. So
Reardon.
I mean, he's a pass catcher, he's tall, uh, kinda reminds like a slimmer Jimmy Graham is the way that he
Mhm.
plays.
Yeah, I
I saw him
like
in
that.
person when I went to the Notre Dame NC State game this year, and, he is a young quarterback's best friend. Big target over the middle of the field, reliable hands, good after the catch too, isn't kinda one of those guys that you gotta worry about once he has the ball in his hands, he's gonna, cough it up or, do something stupid. Um, but I think he'll fit real well into that New England offense. Um, I think he
He
could
looks like a New England.
yeah. Yeah, he's just, you know,
They got to get rid of
I think
Austin
he'll
Hooper.
be yeah, I mean, Austin Hooper's how old is Austin Hooper?
He's still on the damn team. Those
30
Hunt
something years old. I'm not worried about Hooper. I'm worried
22,
about,
Hunter's been
Hunter Henry.
great too. But Hunter Henry's been great, man. It's hard to let him go.
Yeah,
You can't.
no, Hunter Henry's gonna be the guy as long as he's there.
Mhm.
No, he will, 110%, but I mean, I think that is Hunter Henry gonna stay healthy and play all games throughout the season and everything like that? And who's to say that you don't see some more 2 tight end sets? I mean,
That Raritan, like, I think he's gonna be a stud. I don't get how he didn't have as many touchdowns given his size, because he only had, what, 3 touchdowns in his career, which is, like, a little nuts, but it might have just been how they were using
Yeah.
him. You also had Jeremiah's fucking Love on your team, so maybe you just didn't you weren't in
I
the you
mean, you
weren't in the
had
red zone
Jeremiah
very
Love
long.
and you
Um,
also had Malachi Fields, who they used in the
Yeah.
red zone a lot.
and you also had Malachi Fields. But I would imagine that would change when if he sees pro time. Uh, the only reason why I'd say that I get why he's going where he's going is because Hunter Henry's there. I mean, and we've
Yeah,
already kind of touched on that, but I mean,
yeah.
that's a guy right there with Justin Jolly. I would throw him on my taxi, and especially some of these taxis go for 2-3 years now. I would let him sleep on there, dude. I mean, and when he got done with that, I would put him right on my bench, and let him sit there until he either, left New England or he started being their tight end one.
Well, he
Yeah.
kind of reminds me of, at least, like, kind of sitting wise and, like, kind of figuring that one out, which there were some high hopes, but Brenton Strange, he was one of those where you
Yeah,
had to let him kind of simmer for a little bit in Jacksonville, and we've seen it the last, like, year and a half-ish, especially last year. Like, he is very, very, very involved, where I think that could be a
yeah.
good team too. Like you said, New England going there, with kinda like the injury history of their tight ends and the older guys that they've got tight end wise there, like, yeah, Reardon could be a very, very good, I think, taxi guy for like a year or 2 and just sit on him, and just wait. So,
Because I mean,
they love their tight ends
Brenton
in New
Strange has
England too.
been
They love their tight ends in New England. They always have.
Brenton Strange has been like somewhat of a bust. To your
Mm,
point, I don't think that's gonna be the case with this kid.
But I think Brenton Strange has been great. Last year he was fantastic. He had the injury problem, and that was like the only thing that really. But he came back and he was putting up like 20 points a game in fantasy. So
Yeah,
like
yeah.
and that was with Brian Thomas on the field, which is kind of insane. And the Jacoby Myers trade, he was still playing great. So he's involved, which I think Reardon's one of those guys that will get more and more involved, in the next probably few years. Like you said, it's not going to be right away, but it'll be next few years.
I feel like this kid just screams. Like I said, and he's still a dart thrower like all these guys,
Yeah.
but I feel like you can't miss on this Raritan kid. And as long as they don't go and spend high draft cap on a tight end in front of him, I mean, I feel like this kid's kind of gotten drafted to be the next one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, yeah.
Like looking like they didn't really go offense anywhere in this draft. I mean, as far as like pass catchers go.
I do have. I've got. Let's move on to another guy. I don't want to spend too long on these guys, but I know we're starting from the bottom. I really have like 3, but I'm gonna start, and we'll kind of because some of you guys might have these guys too. All 3 of them are wide receivers. But I'll start low, and it's Xavier Thomas, and I'm very interested in this kid going to Chicago, in that offense with DJ Moore leaving, and obviously Luther Burden, I think, is about to take, probably maybe more of the bulk load on top of Loveland. But is Xavier Thomas somebody that we shouldn't be like? It seems like nobody's worried about this kid. Like nobody's drafting this kid, and I'm looking at their wide receiver room without DJ Moore in there, and it's not very strong. So, I mean, like I said, it could be a punt kick returner kind of situation, or special teams thing. But I don't know, the way that offense looks and the way they want to play the game, I think this kid's going to play this year on the offensive side of the ball. But I mean, what's your guys' opinion on him?
I'm gonna do a little research real quick because I've seen this guy's name
He's
come
kind
up.
of a burner. Like he's fast, but like apparently he ran some good routes. They were saying he's a very good route runner. He just had some issues with drops, but they said he's a pretty solid route runner.
He's a little bit of a raw talent guy, I think. I don't think he eh, like you're saying, I think he's one of those track backfield guys that's like just crazy, super athletic, super fast. And they're trying to kind of groom him along.
Yeah.
He's quick twitch. He can beat anybody off the line. He's a little like kind of built like Jalen Waddle a little bit. He's not the biggest guy.
Yeah, he's a little undersized.
Huh?
A little undersized.
Yeah. Yeah. He's not the biggest guy, but he's definitely got some shake to him. He's got some move. I think he's definitely a guy that I could see being used in a Ben Johnson style offense. And kind of those slants, those in and outs. You try and get some quicker guys in there into space. If you can get that guy space, he's one of those guys make anybody miss, and it's a house call. So it's like I didn't really think about that until you brought it up, and now I'm really liking it too. Just the setup and kind of the style that he plays with. So it'll be more or less interesting how he gets brought along with Caleb Williams.
Yeah.
And if Caleb Williams can keep his head with him and allow him to develop. I feel like some of the times with these good quarterbacks that are young, they don't have the patience sometimes for these young receivers that they need to kind of help along. And, I don't blame him. I understand Caleb wants to win now, and he's kind of in that window where they need to win. But at the same time, he's got to bring some guys along, or else he's not going to have anybody to throw the ball to.
Yeah, like you said, he's got to be. It's a patience thing, man. You got to take care of these kids too, because the more you can build these kids up and like get them confident, the better off it's going to be for the quarterback too. So it's just like you
For
said. I
sure.
think it's more. It could be a quarterback situation. Yeah.
This this is the kid that ran the 4.28 in the combine, which I just saw. I do know who this kid is. Super fast kid. Isn't this kid more of like a special teamer though? kind of
Well,
like
that's where I was
he's more of a
that's
return
where
guy.
I was thinking they might bring. I mean, the way Ben Johnson runs his offense, I think I could definitely see him getting some snaps. I don't think it's gonna be early on. I think we probably won't see it probably till, like, halfway, end of the year. If this kid starts playing on the offensive side of the ball, I think it's gonna be, like, a more of a punt, kick return situation. But if he can, like, kinda like Bryce was talking about, if Caleb Williams can get this kid along and get this kid, like, kinda rolling and get him confident on, like, the offensive side of the ball in the pros, that could be I think, like Bryce said, like, with this kid's talent, it could be a house call, every time he touches the ball. So they were kinda
Yeah.
they were kinda comparing, like, his speed and the way he, like, plays the ball, like, to Tyreek Hill, like, he's that kinda fast is what they're kinda saying. He's not Tyreek Hill.
Yeah.
Obviously, you can't say that, but they said the way he kinda plays his game in college, it's, like, kind of like Tyreek Hill-esque to where he
You
can
know
do things like that, so
you know what path I see this kid taking? It's not a bad one. I think this is actually like to give you guys props. If he's going where's he going in rookie drafts? Like undrafted?
undrafted, I've picked him up on waivers twice.
He reminds me of Rashid Shaheed you can get as a rookie undrafted right now.
Yeah. Yeah.
Rashid Shaheed or um the kid at Dallas,
Turpin.
the
Turpin.
little Turpin, Kevontae
Tur
Turpin.
Turpin. Yeah, that kid's a thorn in my side.
Yeah,
Turpin?
very
Turpin.
similar.
Turpin, they just he's got like I feel like no skill as a wide receiver though, man. Like,
Dude,
I
he
mean,
played well last
it
year.
just doesn't translate.
He
Huh?
played well last year, though, he on the offensive side of the ball. Dude, he had like
Yeah, but it's just
800
like
yards.
I'm not shitting on him, but it's like this is one of those guys when I say like Turpin's one of those guys where I'm like, oh, he's kind of more of like a special team guy. That's the guy I'm talking about. It's like
Yeah.
he has like so much athleticism, and it just never like you think like this guy is more athletic than like the best wide receiver in the league right now, but it just never translates to
The
like
speed
I mean,
actually pass
did you
catching
there's so
and
much there's so much that goes into it other than just the athleticism side of being a receiver. I mean,
no,
Yeah.
I know,
but
but that's
no,
what I'm
I know
saying. You
you
just see
know.
it. It's like eye popping.
I know you know. I'm just saying, like, from that aspect of it, it's like if he can't run the routes and he doesn't know how to play with like develop leverage or release
Yeah.
and everything like that, then it's like you
What are
can
we
you can
doing?
develop that and try and develop it as much as you can. But at certain point, I mean, like with Turpin, you see the routes and the way that he gets the ball. It's a lot of swing routes. It's a lot of
Mhm.
screens. You don't really ever see him run anything beyond the line of scrimmage. You may see a
Yeah.
slant,
Yeah,
See some
and
slant
it's
here and there.
it's
You've seen maybe out of Dak Prescott's passes, I think 3 went past the 20-yard line to him, and he did score on one of them on the Giants, which
I
I
remember the one
remember
you're
that
talking
one,
about, Ed.
but
Yeah, I remember that one.
it's not often. Yeah, kinda like Bryce saying, it's not very often. But, I got another I mean, unless Cody, you got one? Because I got 2. One of them's actually for you guys, and I kinda wanna know about this kid because I did pick him up. I drafted him, um, and apparently people are
here.
pretty
Go
high on
ahead
this
and
kid.
go because I got a scat here in like 5.
Alright, Caleb Douglas. The
Yeah, dude,
Dol
the kid's route running looks stupid,
Dolphins
man.
took him in the 3rd round, like, high 3rd round.
Yeah, I thought that seemed like such, and it still I think is. It's such a typical Packers fucking like reach of a GM draft pick. You know what I mean? Um, but it's starting to look like we slept on him a little bit because I didn't know who the guy was until we drafted him, and his route running looks. I mean, at least his tape, like his training tape, looks fucking cool. I mean, I was watching it like going like, holy
He's
shit, this
pretty
guy can move
big.
for a
He's
big
pretty
boy.
big, I think.
I think he's like six
Yeah,
three.
he's a big guy.
Yeah, big boy, and he's
Yeah,
moving.
yeah. I think that could be good for you guys. I just don't know where you guys stand on it. I'm just kinda curious to ask. Like, I haven't really done much work on him.
He
Other than the Dolphins took him in the 3rd round, I mean, the ceiling. I mean, the wide receiver room is wide open for him. So
Yeah.
if he's good, it's gonna show out.
Yeah.
So
What do you think,
he's
Bruce?
gonna kind of be one of those guys that he's he's good enough to stretch the field. He's good enough with his route running to not have DBs be able to sit on him. Um, but he's not that super, twitchy guy. Um, he he's got some upside in his strength. Um, he only had 5.4 and 5.9 yards after catch per reception across his final 2 years,
Mhm.
but he also had 17 forced missed tackles.
So he's a first
So
down.
he runs through arm tackles. He runs through arm tackles. He's gonna catch the ball, and he's got that one of those big frames. Kind of a guy that he reminds me of a little bit as maybe an Alshon Jeffrey.
Okay.
Um,
I mean, that's
Kind of
that's
one of
good
those
comp.
guys, big, good, good contested ball catcher. Not a blazing speed guy, but will get off the line, will beat you off the line, and has the ability to create some separation in his route running. So it's, there's not there's not too much that you can say that you don't like, but there's also not too much that you're like drooling over. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So it's
Mhm.
kind of one of those picks it's like, yeah, it's good, but is it the best? No. But I mean, I think it's a good step in the right direction. That's what I
Could help
think.
out. Could help out Willis.
Yeah.
Who's your third, Ed?
This one I'm fucking kind of high on, dude, and everybody's gonna. I think I've gotten a lot of shit for this one, but in my opinion, dude, we saw him at Miami. I think he's gonna play unreal with
Oh, I know you're gonna say, dude. I was gonna touch on him later too. Yeah,
DJ
he's amazing.
Daniels, dude. This
DJ Daniels.
guy is gonna be. He's gonna be the number 3. He's gonna be the number 3. The minute that Devontae Adams is gone, in my opinion, he's gonna be the new Devontae. He's a strong, like he's not fast. He is a strong hands wide receiver, and Stafford's gonna love him. Stafford's
Stafford's gonna love
Stafford's gonna love this kid. I know Stafford's got his tight ends and stuff he goes to. I think he's gonna be way more involved than where people are drafting this kid at. Like he's going
Yeah,
like end of the
100% agree.
4th, 5th round in fantasy drafts. Like I think this kid is gonna be a lot more. I don't think people are expecting what's coming with this kid with the Rams. I think it was like the perfect fit, other than the lemon. But like I think this is the perfect fit, kind of like to kind of groom him a little bit the next year or two there. But
I think exactly what you said, where you were like, oh, maybe not now, but once Devontae Adams leaves, people are so high. People want to say like, oh, who's the next Puka on the Rams?
everything,
And people are so high on that Whittington kid.
yeah,
I don't think Whittington can hold a candle to the CJ Daniels kid. I think CJ Daniels is going to jump right into that number 2 spot, and I think fucking McVay knows it.
yeah, yeah. I think
I mean,
that was a pick that they knew they were waiting on. If he was there, I think after they made that pass on what to get Simpson, I think they knew they were like, all right, this could be the guy. We just got to get him at the right time.
the
Well,
the
you had
interesting
McVay who was like, I got Puka in the 5th. He's like, now I got to best myself. I'm gonna get CJ Daniels in the 6th, baby. I'm gonna fucking. He's gonna go down the
Yep.
list.
What you got, Brucey?
I mean, I think this year, I think they use him as definitely like a situational guy.
Yeah,
He's got a few um negative, tags to his name. And it would be that he doesn't have that long burst speed and acceleration. Um,
yeah,
it is average. It's there. It's not, it's not something that, he's really gonna pull away. Um, and he somewhat struggles against man press coverage. So it'll be interesting to see if teams pick up on that and they jam him at the line every single time if he's on the field. Um, I think he's a guy that he plays very well against zones. He's got a good zone feel. He sits in zones. He knows where to go. He's got good chemistry with the quarterback as far as where the quarterback wants to go with the ball as well. Um,
yeah.
and he's got that crazy, you know, catch radius and his ability to make some crazy one-handed catches and so on and so forth. So, I think he's got like I said with a lot of these guys, they have the raw talent. Now we just got to develop them a little bit more into what, they need to become all-around players instead of just kind of what, the college game is, right? You want to bring somebody in and you want to exploit their strengths. You want to hide their weaknesses. You don't want their weaknesses to show. Whereas
Yeah.
in the NFL, you've got to be strong at everything. If you're not strong at everything, if you have a weakness, that's going to be exploited day in and day out, week in and week out.
Yeah.
So, that's the difference. And, for him to be that Devontae Adams, that, next in line style of receiver, he just got to hone up, and tighten up those few things. But I do like him, and I do think he's got very good upside. It'll be interesting to see, 2-3 years from now where he's at.
Yeah. Yeah. I think kind of like you said, Russ is a high upside guy, I think, in the next few years. Like you said, this year, I don't think it's going to be that kind of situation. Like, he's going to be situational, like you said. But I think in the next
Yeah.
few years, as long as McVay's kind of hanging around there, I think, he could come along with maybe Ty Simpson if that seems like that's the plan, to kind of get that, get the wheels turning on that. So,
Yeah.
but, yeah, but who else we got?
But
I know
here
Brucey,
I
you
gotta
got,
I gotta
yeah,
scat.
Bruce.
Yeah.
So,
Hey,
Take it easy. Have a good one.
Betty, you gonna stay on?
yeah, we can stay on for a few minutes. I got to give me like 10, 15. I got to run after that. But,
Yeah. So let's do a couple. And we'll let Bryce get out of here, and then we'll close it up for shop for
cool.
the day.
Sounds good. See you, Brucey.
So I was about to ask, does Bruce know how to turn off his phone? He just walks.
Like,
He just walks the rest of the day.
it's just in his nose. Let me go grab something real quick. Give me,
Go get. You need a pee break? We'll take a pee
take a
break.
pee break. Give me like 2 minutes.
Just break.
Sorry, I went through my 3. Who you got laying around that maybe I've kind of seen that I haven't drafted or gotten to?
My top sleeper, Carnell Tate.
Dude, listen. We were texting. I was texting this group chat today, and I said, I really hope that he pans out there, because
I think he will.
I just hope I think it'll be good in the Dable offense, but I think it's going to be a question mark of Cam Ward. I think this is going to be like, he's got the offensive pieces now. I think that he can bank on using. He just needs to stop doing the scramble game too much, kind of like the Bo Nix situation. It's going to be like, throw the ball, like you have the help, like throw the ball, So I do hope.
Fun fact, he actually was the least sacked QB per dropback last season. I think that got that stack
That's
correctly.
good.
He didn't take a lot of sacks from what I
He
was
just got abused, dude.
But,
I saw some of those 3rd and 28s, and I'm like, what is happening on this team? I'm like, what is happening? But
I think Cam Ward did pretty good for what he had, though. I mean, he lost his fucking head coach middle of the year, and after 4 games, whatever
it
was
a mess. It was a messy situation.
It was a mess. And down the stretch, I mean, he had quite a few. I know he was down a lot of games, but they had quite a few. What, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 games throwing over 200 yards.
Yeah.
I mean, I think he got what he was missing, because who he was throwing to is a bunch of fucking young wide receivers, other than Grandpa. What's his face?
Shit, who was there? You had Io Manor. And you
Ridley.
Oh, Cal. Yeah. Oh, Ridley's still there though.
Yeah, Ridley.
I think Ridley's happy now. I think he's finally gonna have a smile on his face this year.
Who fucking knows, dude? I don't know. You could have told me Calvin Ridley never actually existed, and I'd probably believe you.
You could have told me he retired. You could have told me he retired 2 years ago, and I wouldn't. I'd be like, oh yeah, that makes sense. I'd be like, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, that's exactly my point. Like, I don't think I actually saw one Calvin Ridley catch last season.
No,
Like,
I don't think I did either.
weekend at Bernie's, like, they just have him dead on the field. They're just, like, propping him up on, like, the fucking bench, like, with the sunglasses on. Like,
No.
that's you could have told me that was Calvin Ridley last year, and I would have
Yeah.
believed you because I don't think I saw him have one
Yep.
catch.
Yeah.
I mean, I didn't watch a lot of Tennessee games, but
Oh, why would we as a boring team?
I will this year. Carnell Tate,
Yeah.
baby. That's gonna be awesome. Him and Wanda over there is gonna be
Yep.
awesome.
I agree. And Singleton. I'm interested to see.
And
I'm
Singleton.
interested to see what they use him or how they use him.
I think he's the heir apparent, dude. I think you're gonna see Tony Pollard. I mean, slowly get trickled down. I think he'll be definitely he'll suck up all the carries at the
I
beginning
think
of the season.
Spears
Tony
is
Pollard.
done too. They might use.
I don't know why.
The only way I see them using Spears, which I think is going to take a lot away from Pollard, is going to be, they're going to use him like Tracy with the Giants. They're going to send
Dude, who? Pollard or Pollard or Spears?
Spears. They're going to use Spears like Tracy.
Yeah.
Is what they're going to do. If in the Dable offense, I think that's going to be the plan for that. If I could be wrong, but I think that's what I see at least. So
Quick math. How old in your head is Tajay Spears right now?
27.
He's 24 years old.
So 24.
Tajay Spears is only 24 years old.
Well, he's got legs like a 30-year-old, so
yeah. He's got like multiple
legs,
cadavered.
He got them old legs.
He's got like cadavered ACLs. He's got like literally dead people legs.
Yeah, poor guy. No,
but 24 years old, so he's younger than Brees Hall.
He's gonna be a journeyman at some point. He's gonna end up. He's gonna end up on the damn Chiefs. He's gonna end up on the Chiefs.
Actually, that actually kind of
makes sense.
Would track.
Or the Bengals when Samaje Perine finally retired.
I was literally about to say the Bengals. I said Tajay Spears and the Bengals would actually be pretty interesting.
Yeah. Yep. But all right. Well, who else you got? Sorry.
This one's kind of, and I feel like I'm kind of hitting all the running backs today. I'm getting less and less high on this kid, but it seems like he's going more around the Le'Veon Moss, Jam Miller range. Yeah. Claiborne, that running back that went to Minnesota.
Yeah, I've seen you guys talking about him a lot. I don't know much about him, and I wish I did because I probably would have picked him if I did. But and late in the first or
6th round draft capital.
Yeah, say what? I mean, is it more of like a Aaron Jones like fizzling out kind of situation that everybody's going after him?
I think so, but then they got Jordan Mason too, and I think it's just more of like like Aaron Jones is getting older. Jordan Mason seemed hot and cold last year. He didn't really seems like he might be fizzling out as like he's getting to be a semi-older back. I mean, he's 26, probably 27 by the time.
He was never a lead back either. Like he only took over for McCaffrey because McCaffrey was out for like the rest of the year. Like I see
Jordan Mason is taking the exact Alexander Madison track.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
100%. 100%. Who was behind McCaffrey too for a bit? It was before Mason. There was somebody else there, and he was
he's still there.
I can't remember who it was.
This is like the 10th time we've done this episode. People are gonna be fucking hating us, dude. We're just sitting here going like,
what? Let me research it for an hour.
Garendo was
Garendo, that's who I was thinking of.
But he's still there. He's supposed
so
to be
useless, though.
Like
he's so useless. He's hurt. He doesn't even play. Like you know, he's done. They drafted.
You need a backup for your backup.
Kalen Black's about to take over his spot. I guarantee you Garendo ends up on the practice squad if Kalen Black needs out.
I wouldn't be surprised by that at all. Garendo, I could care less about Garendo. No. Jordan James
that's another one. Shit, dude. Well, they've got so many damn running backs, dude. Because they're all hurt because they work out at a sewer plant or a power plant, whatever that is. Yeah,
dude. They got radioactive
Yeah,
knees.
dude, these guys, I'm surprised they don't have 3 legs at this point. They're just growing them if one falls off.
Hey, watch it. Some of them do. Ayo. Hey, Jordan James though.
Yep.
Okay, he's going into his second season. I think he's like 2 or 3 years younger than Keon Black, who
Is
is
he
the rookie.
really?
Yeah, Keon Black is like 25 years old. He's like this year's RJ Harvey,
Huh.
which is like, you're getting the maturity, you're getting the guy with the family already, like. But Jordan James, I think Jordan James is going to be the guy behind McCaffrey if I had to bet. I mean, he looked good last year
Yeah.
when, like, he just looked good when we saw him.
Yeah. Yeah. Yep. No, I agree with that one.
But let's look at where's Black going?
Undrafted a lot of the time, unless people take.
Is he?
Yeah, I think he's actually sitting on waivers in a few right now, but he's not getting. I don't think I've seen him drafted yet. And if he is, he's going so late that I'm not paying attention to like the 410 or like the 510. It's just kind of those.
He graduated with McCaffrey, like high school. He graduated high school the same year as McCaffrey. Like I don't even want to touch this guy, dude.
No,
Like
stay away.
I don't even want to touch him.
Stay away. Actually, you know what? I do have I got another one.
Yeah, over here.
Which I'm not. It's just I'm doing the exact opposite what I always tell myself, which is kind of pissed me off. But I'm getting these guys on waivers though, so I'm not too like upset about it. Deion Burks with the Colts.
Yeah.
All these guys like Xavier Thomas, they're all burnt. But like the only reason I'm taking these guys is because there's no depth on these receiving cores. So
Yeah.
I'm like, these guys maybe got to work out at some point, or like kind of like another Turpin, maybe they'll get a little more involved.
Mhm.
I don't know enough on the kid either to know. I know a lot of people have talked about Seth McGowan as like a very strong backup for Jonathan Taylor. I know he's been in like some hot water like a few years ago, got arrested and stuff, but he's kind of turned his life around from what I've heard. Hopefully he can just stay on a good path there. But the problem is the Colts right now. I think they let Pittman go. They signed Alec Pierce. I think you kind of lost the safety blanket with Pittman. You do have Tyler Warren, which I think he'll take over a lot more than what Alec Pierce is going to do, in my opinion.
Yeah.
So I think McGowan could be strong, only because and I get the side of Jonathan Taylor's only had like really weird injuries, like nothing like really bad. We've only seen those injuries except for last year, when like he's getting so much work, that like he just has these weird nagging injuries that happen. Where I think McGowan could possibly, if he beats out Giddens, for the second spot, McGowan could be, a potential good handcuff there.
Like the handcuff for the Colts. I mean, I do
just
think to go off what you're
them not having a first round pick next 2 years just kind of stresses me out on like kind of where they are as a good team.
Yeah. But okay, well that's literally where I was going with this. Tyler Warren, which we said we kind of missed it a little bit because we thought he was going to get picked up by the Jets last year, which would have been awesome for the Jets instead of going Kenyon Sadiq this year, if you ask me.
Would have been terrible for fantasy though.
Maybe, but I think Tyler Warren is one of those guys where you can run the whole offense. He's one of those rare guys. He's like a Kelsey.
He could be a Bowers too. Not as fast, but he could be a Bowers. But I think you got to look at the QB situation where I in my opinion, I think that a Daniel Jones is way more competent to throw to Tyler Warren than Justin Fields and all these other guys we had last year. Like I think it was a safer bet that he went to the Colts than the Jets, in my opinion. Maybe not this year, but like next year, like last year, yeah, it was way safer on the Colts last year for sure.
We thought they were going to pepper Warren if they got him. And it turns out they couldn't do anything. No. Like they couldn't do fucking anything. But my point is, we were talking about, the Jets, that Warren could be their whole offense. I think that same thing applies to the Colts. I think Warren could be the entire Colts pass catching offense. I don't think Alec Pierce is going to do anything other than what Alec Pierce has been doing
Correct.
I mean, just because
Correct.
like
Alec Pierce is not going to be Michael Pittman, and I think that's what some people are expecting. And the
no,
people that are drafting him like Michael Pittman this year in redraft,
yeah,
you're insane.
that's
You're
crazy to
insane.
me.
I could be
Yeah,
wrong.
he's a great player.
I'll die on that sword. I will. If he has an unbelievable year and puts up like 1,500 yards, you know what I mean? Like, I'll die on that sword. I'll be like, yep, I was wrong. I was wrong. But I think we've seen enough from Pierce where he's not going to be that guy. He's just not.
They they they've got Tyler Warren now.
Yeah.
They had Michael Pittman, and they were paying Michael Pittman. Michael Pittman leaves. Now, I mean, they can't let Alec Pierce walk out that door, so they were forced to pay Alec Pierce because, like, if you let Alec Pierce walk out, I mean, they had nobody.
Josh Downs, the only guy you had left, and Warren, but
Yeah.
like that's all you have.
And Warren,
Yeah.
but you couldn't let Alec Pierce get out the door. But like your total point, they just lost Michael Pittman. They had to keep that money in house to keep the team together, basically. Because you can't let Alec Pierce leave. I mean, he was stretching the field out, and he's going to stretch the field out this year for Warren, for Jonathan Taylor, for Josh Downs. You know, like, but I don't see Alec Pierce. He's not going to be 110 catches. You know what I mean? Like, there's just no way. There's no way, dude. But that's what they're drafting this guy to be like. And I love Alec Pierce. I've been an Alec Pierce lover
you've been the Alec Pierce like truther for years, but like not like a wide receiver number one Alec Pierce. You've been like, he's a good player. No. He could be
put him on your bench.
He could be a wide receiver too if he plays well. Like, that's like, and yeah, I'll give you credit on that one. You've been saying that for a few years, and I'll give you that. I've been up and down on the train and been like, damn, he's playing really well. And I'm like, still don't know. But yeah, you've been strong on him for a bit. So I'll give you your chips there, buddy. I'll definitely give you your chips there.
I'll say this. I don't think I have Alec Pierce, but in one dynasty league. But almost every year in redraft, especially last year, I'll pick up Alec Pierce at the end of the rounds. And he's just a flex guy. Yeah, he's a flex guy you can throw in.
Good play on a bye week. Somebody like that. Yeah.
But these guys, now his draft is exploded, and I will not touch
anybody
him at
drafting
all.
him as a wide receiver 1 or 2 next year is high. Like, you are insane. I mean, there's some truthers out there, but I ain't one of them. I ain't one of them that's taking him that high. I'm just not. And Daniel Jones.
I think my guy.
And Daniel Jones coming off a Achilles too, man. Like,
yeah,
it's gonna be dicey this year. It's just the only thing I would want on that team right now is Jonathan Taylor. That's the only person I would realistically stick to, just in confidence to say.
You've got Jonathan Taylor?
I don't.
I've got Taylor Warren.
Okay, all right.
No, I'm saying you've got Jonathan.
Yeah.
I think Tyler Warren, he's going to get fucking peppered. I think he's actually in a scenario now.
I just think the quarterback situation is scary right now if Daniel Jones isn't ready to go.
Yeah.
That's the only thing I'll say there. Cause like, yeah, it's what it is, you know?
It is what it is.
I got another one, unless you've got one that you want to talk about real bad. Cause this one's not like super important for me.
No, let's hit yours. And then we're going to wrap it up. We're at an hour 17. We got to start wrapping it up.
Drew Aller.
Yeah. It gets more and more tantalizing, don't it?
Is that Ben that Ben Roethlisberger or no? 6'5", 235. Is that Ben Roethlisberger or is that not Ben Roethlisberger, dude? And we still don't even. I mean, listen. I think at the end of the day, if we can all agree that Rodgers is going to play for McCarthy, because McCarthy is going to let him do whatever the fuck he wants to do. Doesn't matter.
He's already letting him do whatever he wants to do.
And he's not even.
He's already doing.
He's not even signed.
Like, just come to the team when you want.
He's just not even signed yet. Like, I think that's going to be like he's going to play, but I don't know, man. I know Bryce had his opinions on him, and he had a really bad year. He got hurt too, but the kid's got a lot of potential, and he's big. He's a big boy. He's got to get more used to pro-ready football. But in my opinion, looking at the team too, he's got talent around him, man. Like, if for some reason Rodgers goes down and he's like next in line to play, I mean, I think I'm not saying the kid's going to be great, but I think we could see like kind of a Spencer Rattler situation where it's like, oh, okay, this kid he's keeping them in ball games, might not be winning, but there's a lot of potential around him to succeed. I think he could
And they
succeed on how, like, big he is and, like, how he has played in the past.
and he's not, like, doing enough to get taken off the field.
Correct.
You know what I mean? Or not doing up he's not doing anything to get taken
Yeah,
off the field,
they're
kinda like how Spencer Rattler was until they shook it up
correct,
with Shug.
correct, and they wanted to give Shug a chance, yeah. So, yeah, I
Yeah,
think
which was
he could be a
not gonna work out.
interesting prospect going to the Steelers for sure.
Yeah. No, it it the more and more it got looking like Rodgers wasn't gonna play, which now it looks like Rodgers is gonna play if you're looking at the
Yeah,
news today.
yeah.
Um, the more and more it was like, I mean, I'm not a Drew Allar hater. I've just been out on him.
Yeah, I mean, he
Um,
just didn't have a good year. Like, if he would've had the year like he had his sophomore or junior year, the year prior,
yeah, he'd
he'd
be
be
way
way
higher.
up.
He would have been a first round pick.
Yeah.
He wouldn't even be with the
Yeah, he
Steelers.
definitely would've been honestly, I think he would've won over Ty Simpson if he would've had a good year, in my opinion. Like, I
He
think
may
the
have.
Rams would've taken him because he's about the same size and, like, build as, like, Stafford too. So,
He may have.
but yeah, I think there was a little bit more work, like kind of Bryce had said. There's some stuff he's got to work on still too. But like we talked about this NIL stuff, man. Like you stay another year, you're risking a lot. Like you're really, yeah, I'll make all this money in college. I was like, well, you have a bad year. Here you go. Here's your 7th round pick, and you're making peanuts. And if you don't get anything and you're buried on the depth chart, there goes all the money you thought you were going to make. It's never going to happen. So
I I don't. I mean, look at Nussmeier, dude.
yeah,
Look at
Nussmeiner's
Nussmeier.
like prime
Look what
example of that too. Like, what are you supposed to?
he would have been a second or third overall pick, and he would have probably gone somewhere where he could have at least played, dude. I mean, he's not probably gonna play. He probably won't see playing time for until he re-signs another
And it's
team
only because
or until they cut him
and
or
it's only
something.
because of injury. It's not going to be because like he's beating anybody out. Like that's how that's going to
Yeah,
be.
yeah.
Like
Just because he's got Mahomes above him, dude. Like
no,
you're not playing over him. It's
it's
not
not
gonna
going to
happen.
happen, dude. It's not going to happen.
It's not
You're
gonna
going to
happen.
be great
Which
at
is
holding a whiteboard, is what you're going to be good
yeah.
at. Keep them hand.
Quote me now. Nussmeier is gonna be a coach one day, and we're gonna fall in love with
Yeah, he's going to be like Kel. Oh no, Kellen Moore. No, Kellen Moore didn't play. Did he?
He played college?
He played. Yeah, he
Kellen
was good
Moore
at college.
did play
I
some.
think he might. I know he got
Yeah,
drafted. I don't know how good he was in the pros. Or is it going to be like a Blaine Gabbert or somebody like that?
yeah.
That's gonna like come in the NFL and be like a QB coach and be like solid. Kellen Moore. That's exactly what Kellen Moore did. Like it's gonna be
Yeah. Ain't no cough.
Aiden O'Connell. I mean, it could be all these guys. Could be Kevin
Yeah.
O'Connell, not Aiden O'Connell. Kevin
Kevin
O'Connell.
O'Connell.
Yeah, like yeah.
Mhm.
I mean, it sucks, to see like some of the talent that we thought was there, but I mean, I think we all still think it's there, but it's just not going to happen now. You buried yourself. You made the wrong decision and you buried yourself on the depth chart. So
He he could we gotta see what's going on with his back,
yeah,
If that tumor is, like, gonna, like, fuck with him anymore, but which they say it's not, but he suffered from it all last year, so I don't know how they could say, "Oh, it's not gonna affect him." It's
that's
like,
what I'm
that's
saying. Yeah,
okay, did it affect him or did it not
yeah,
affect him? But, uh, you know, we could see some kinda like, oh, he played behind Mahomes, had a couple years, grew as an NFL prospect, and then goes to a team like how Malik Willis did this year for the Dolphins.
yeah,
We could see that happen, but it's just so unlikely now. And it's really sad because I really love Nuss. I really thought
yeah.
he was a sleeper, and then this back thing, this tumor or this cyst or whatever it is, it's really fucked him.
Yep, 100%, 100%. So, but all right. Well, I'll end it on this too. I'll let you call it here like you always do. I wanted to shout out two ex-Carolina Panthers this weekend. I ran into Thomas Davis, Hall of Famer on the Panthers at the
Thomas
golf
Davis.
tournament, and ran into Steve Smith, the legend,
Oh,
the man, the myth, the legend.
we're not Steve Smith.
Steve,
We're not a Steve Smith
Steve
podcast.
Smith's a good guy, but yeah, dude, it was kind of cool. He played the hole well. I mean, he was cool and came up, took pictures of everybody. And Thomas Davis did too. Like they're all super good, down to earth people. Um,
Tell him where you were at.
Quail Hollow for the Truist Championship. Used to be Wells Fargo,
There
now
you go.
Truist. We had a good time there. Steve Smith was cool, man. He came up right to it. He saw us looking. We were talking. Took some pictures. He walked over. He walked right to us. And I'm like, "Hey Steve, what do you think about the Giants this year?" And he gave me the little wink, and he was just like, "I like their coach." I was like, "Yeah," he goes, "They're gonna be good this year." I was like, "Oh yeah." I was like, "Hell yeah." And then Darren walked over, got a picture with him. I took a picture with him and Steve, and they were kind of BSing. And he was like, Darren's a big Broncos fan, and he asked him. He said, "What do you think would happen with the Broncos if Bo Nix doesn't get hurt?" Steve Smith. He's like, "I don't do what ifs." And then he just walked away. It was hilarious, dude. It was awesome. He was like, "I don't do what ifs." But he was cool, man. Steve Smith was the man. Thomas Davis, cool too. Thomas Davis is around here a lot, actually. Pretty sure he still lives in Charlotte, so he does a lot in the community and stuff. But took pictures. They were both super cool. Paige Spiranak. I'm not really sure what to call. I don't really know how to say her last name, but she took a picture with Darren too. Um, she was super nice, said hi to everybody, and she had to get over to the green and go putt, but she was really cool too. So it was cool to see like the pro-am guys out there and like Del Curry, the Currys. We ran into all the Currys too. Steph wasn't there, but Dell, his dad, and his brothers were all there too. They were playing the pro-am too with Paige actually, and Siwoo Kim, who's on the tour.
I
But
think
it was
I think you pronounce her name. I think you pronounce her last name Sporonic. I don't know. I'm
yeah,
not
I
familiar.
thought it was
Who is she
sporadic
again?
too. I hear a few different things, but uh
What is she known for?
I don't follow her on Instagram, so I just know who she.
Oh, she has an Instagram.
Mhm.
Oh, so you've seen her Instagram.
Looked it up yesterday. Yeah.
Is it just like family photos? Like, is it?
She's a YouTube golfer, and she's really good at.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay. She must be really good at
she's really
golf.
good at golf. Yeah, she's really good at golf. So, but yeah, no,
We
she was
love.
super nice. Honestly, she was cool though. She was cool. She actually denied a bunch of people to take pictures, and then Darren walked over and she's like, "Yeah, I got to take a picture real quick," but she's like, "I got to get to the green and go putt." So, but she was cool.
That's all.
Steve Smith and Thomas Davis, like I said, awesome people. It's been a cool week. Back to work tomorrow. I mean, we've been kind of working this week, but it's been a nice little week to kind of get out on the course and see what's going on and meet some pros too, some pro athletes that are just playing in the pro am. So um, that's about all I got. But football's humming right now. Seems to be roping it in.
Football's.
We're
We're in
gonna
the.
get to the point though soon, and you know it, Cody. It's gonna be dead, and we're
As I say, we're in the death throes, buddy. There's a
well.
long wait before we have something to
It's
talk
humming
about, bud.
right now, but give it another what month? No, it's usually June is when we all start hurting pretty bad. June and July when we're like, man,
Yeah.
like end of June, we're like, dude, like we're waiting, like we're ready for this, So let's hammer it as hard as we can and try to keep it going as best we can through the summer and just get ready for preseason and just listen to some mini camp stuff. So that's all I got for today. Glad I got to jump in when I did.
Yeah, buddy. I'm glad you did too. You surprised us. Like I said, you look like a fucking micro when you came on, man.
Sorry, yeah,
I'm
and
glad you moved and you
it
got
was so
through it.
nice outside. I was like, "Yeah, let me do this outside," but yeah, the Wi-Fi wasn't.
I was like, who the fuck is that?
And Bryce is like, "Holy shit!" So,
Oh,
but yeah, man, it was
well,
good to jump in with you guys and talk to you guys too. I know we've been in a lapse for here for a little bit, so good to get everything going again. So,
yeah, I'm gonna order Bryce a fucking holder for his phone.
let's get one of the
Uh,
magnetic ones you put in your car.
yeah,
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 yeah.
anything. I'm like, prop it up. I'm like, what is he? I'm like, what are you propping up on, Bryce? And he's like mess with it. Looks like he's like got it propped up on like a sweatshirt or
Well,
something. I'm like,
he's probably got his
brother, come
charger in
on, man.
there too, so
No, he won't.
it's like,
He won't charge it.
yeah, I don't.
He says he says his phone like almost blew up like C4
Well, it
when he
probably
tried
does
that.
get really hot. I'm not gonna lie, it probably gets like pretty hot, but
Yeah, but that he's got to upgrade the phone. Once he upgrades the phone, well, I think that'll solve a lot of his problems because I don't think all it was doing was FaceTiming basically. Like, how is it getting hot enough on a charger? It's not. He said it wasn't the same for a day.
it wasn't the same.
That killed me when he said that. I'm like, dude.
He's
Oh
funny.
shit.
But hey,
All
Good
right.
pod.
Good pod.
Good to get to talk to you guys and kind of go over some stuff. I will honestly get with you. I haven't seen the pick come through yet. Actually, you know what? I'll ask you right now. Zachariah Branch or Nick Singleton?
Give me Branch.
Okay. Depending who goes. I don't know who's going to get drafted the pick before me, but Branch or Singleton, if you got the option.
I haven't had a lot of Branch in a lot of these drafts, so I'm going to give you Branch because that's probably who I go with.
A lot of people have it. They took Stribling just before, and I was actually waiting on Stribling to get there. So
I want nothing to do with Stribling in any draft. I don't want anything.
I was getting a little hype on him because the 49ers suck. So
that just seems like a desperation pick.
Yeah, but
it just doesn't make
taking
any
him
sense.
that high. They're going to use him. He's going to be on the field, but he's already gone, so I don't have that problem. So yeah, it's either going to be Singleton or Branch, and then I'll roll from there. But I will keep you updated. Thank you all for listening today. Appreciate y'all guys and ladies that might be listening. And Cody, go ahead and take it away, buddy.
Eddie said, "Shout out to the ladies."
Whatever, man. Whatever. Just who's listening. Come on.
Oh, wouldn't be Fluent Football or me and Eddie's relationship if I wasn't pissing him off.
That's right. So, all right, rookie snap count.
We'll get into it next week.
Rookie snap count, and we'll do it again next week.
Rookie snap count. Snap count. 3, 2, 1. It's not gonna be good.
All right, it worked.
We love you guys. Thanks for listening. Eddie, fuck you.
Love you, pal. We'll see you.
Friday hits, the mics are hot, the boys roll in. Crack a cold one, let the bullshit begin. NFL Sunday, college Saturdays too. Fantasy drafts got us scheming what to do. Talking spread, teasers, money line plays. Who's covering the number? Who's getting paid? One guy's ranting about his WI core. Another swearing off the Chiefs forevermore. Fluent football, yeah, we fluent in the game. Talking pigskin props and pick six shame. They're in the club, lives in the air. Bullshit about football, we just don't care. From kickoff to the final whistle blow, we're fluent in the chaos, let the good times flow. Fluent football podcast, turn it up loud. Just a crew of degenerates, football proud. He's yelling, start your studs, but his Arby's on by. Someone trying to flip her trades where it's a steal, no lie. College ball chaos upsets every week. Group chat blowing up, we underdog squeak. Bets going sideways, Polly's passion burn, but we chase the next one, live and learn. Pass another round, debate the Heisman race. Who's the real MVP? Put it in our face. Fluent football, yeah, we fluent in the game. Talking big skin props and dick sick shame. Beer in the cup, laughs in the air. Bullshit about football, we just don't care. From kickoff to the final whistle blow, we're fluent in the chaos, let the good times flow. Fluent football podcast, turn it up loud. Just a crew of degenerates, football proud. No hot take scripted, no producer cut. Just our opinion, sometimes we get shut. One more beer, one more what if dream. Monday night, a recap, still chasing the green. We ain't experts, but we know what we like.